Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video I would like to show you Grendel. So this is another game from a publisher that is behind Mind Team GMT, Core of Discovery or Harukanti. Very unique games, all of them based on comic books, and I think the same is with Grendel, but this time we are going to have competitive game for up to 4 players with asymmetric skills, a little bit of area control maybe-ish. Again with another unique mechanic, because every single game from this publisher is with some very interesting mechanic that twists the gameplay, and it is exactly the same with Grendel. So if you are interested in this title, just check out the rest of this video. As you can see, Grendel is on the table, so this is the game of crime and mayhem. Now the game is set on the table. This is a setup for 4 players. I think the game shines with the 4 players. You can play it with the less than 4, but well, it's like root. Every faction plays completely differently, and every side has its own rules of scoring. So I think the game just shows its true colors when you have 4 players at the table. So what is it? The Grendel is more or less area control, something like that. And maybe I will show you firstly the Grendel aid to give you the information how each of these factions can win the game. So in here we have a map of New York, and in here we have scoring conditions for each of the factions. So the Grendel is going to score 1 victory point for each fear token on a board. So your goal is to spawn your fear tokens as much as you can. You can spawn those regular ones, but you can upgrade to be shielded, so they have like more or less 2 health points, and it's more difficult to take them from the board. So you want to spawn fear tokens. The ambush token, it's in here, and it works more or less the same as with Grendel. You want to spawn them on the board. They also have this shielded option. So again, those are the tokens that you're going to put on the board. The mob, they want to have 2 different mob pieces in one sector. I'm talking obviously about like regions of sectors of different parts of the New York. So if you have 2 different mob pieces in one location, you're going to score 1 victory point as a mob. And finally, police. More pieces than another faction, so you just have to have the more pieces than other factions. So this is your goal. And now how you can achieve those goals. So before I will explain the rules of each of the factions or sides, I also should mention this very cool mechanic. I think we can call it mechanic. Those buildings that represents different suburbs. I don't know how to call it in New York. Districts of New York. We have Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn, and those buildings are, let's say, mechanical. Those things on the back, those are counterweights, and as you can see, we have different player counts depending on a number of players. So it's set up for 4 players, and now how it works. So every time when you perform specific action that allows you to add aggression tokens to specific building, you're going to drop them over here, and inside we have this trapdoor, more or less, and it's going to be open when the weight of those tokens is enough. There's enough tokens that they will open this trapdoor, and this counterweight over here will fall inside, and that means that Mayhem is going to be launched. In the whole game, you're going to have 3 Mayhems. That's maximum. After those 3 Mayhems, the game ends. So as you can see, in each district we can have only 1 Mayhem, and those buildings are connected with the colors on the board. So we have Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and the same goes Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn. So in each of the regions of the New York are going to be scored once per game. And it depends on you players in which order those districts are going to be scored. So this is very, very important, this mayhem element, but I will go back to this in a second. Maybe I will show you those aggression tokens, which are you going to put in those buildings. So we have 3 levels of those aggression tokens. We have 2, and you can simply put it in here. As you can see, that's not enough to unleash this trapdoor and lower this counterweight. We have 3s. Each player is going to have 1 of these, and as you can see, those are smaller because and I will maybe show you also the ones. Those are the biggest one. So as you can see, the size determines the weight of those tokens. The more ones you're going to put in the specific building, this trapdoor is going to unlock faster. And no one knows how many tokens in the end is inside of each of those buildings. I mean, you can try to track it. I don't think that in manual instruction I had this information that you should put them in secret. So more or less you can track how many tokens are inside. I mean, maybe not how many, but what number of tokens and what weight of those tokens each player is going to put in each of those buildings. Okay, so this is Mayhem, and now let's go to this regular turn. So the game is split into two phases. First phase is just regular phase where you're going to perform actions, and when one of those counterweights are going to drop down, then the Mayhem phase is launched in specific district, and then something different happens. So let's start with Grendel. Grendel is going to use this board over here. I'm going to show you. So this is the board for Grendel. What's in the other side? Okay, graphic. Over here we have a map for Grendel. I mean the player board. On the bottom we have a track of how many aggression you're going to have when the mayhem starts. So this is going to help you track how many of those you have. So for example 10 or or lower, and that we have 3 numbers over here because you have to spend 3 aggression points per activation during mayhem. I don't know why I am putting this away. So in here we have a Grendel board. Now those locations over here, 3 of them, are places where you're going to put your tokens that you're going to draw from the bag. Over here we have at the back with those regular tokens, and you're going to put them on those tracks. And now maybe I will show you those tokens because we have 3 types of those tokens. We have I don't remember the names: legs, fork, and rows. So 3 types of tokens. Those are the regular ones, and as you can see, we also have those symbols over here. So if you would put fork on a track with the fork, you also are going to use use or launch this specific additional action that is printed over here, which gives you something. And every time you're going to put a token on a track, you're going to also use the specific action on the bottom. And now there's the trick. If you're going to add another token like this, you're going to use this one and also this one. So the one that you are right now, let's say, covering, and all the symbols that are on the left from this token that was freshly placed. So in this situation, I will use all those 3 actions. And this is it. So we have 3 different bonuses that you can additionally perform. So those symbols represents that you can add your token of aggression to one of the buildings, but you have to have your presence in this specific district. So in this example, if I am playing as a Grendel, I can only put my aggression token in Manhattan, wrong color, in Manhattan because Grendel, not only here, because I also have my token over here. So in Manhattan or in Queens, on those 2 buildings, I could put my aggression token inside the building. So this is one thing. Another thing is that when you are going to put 4 tokens on one track, that means you can upgrade your tokens. So one of them is going to be thrown away from the back, and in here you have a lot of the additional tokens that you can add to your bag. As you can see, those are the jokers, more or less, so you can put them on every of your tracks, and so that's why thanks to that you can always use those additional bonuses that are on the end of those tracks. So in here we have this and switching your pieces on the board. So you can upgrade your tokens, and additionally those tokens also have those symbols in the middle. Those are additional actions that you can perform. So not only you're going to use those actions from the middle of the token, not only you are going to use your additional skill if you match the specific symbol, but also you are going to use those symbols that are on the bottom of this specific track. So it's up to you how you're going to activate your Grendel, and those actions are quite intuitive, I think. That means you can move by one, that means you're going to punch, and every time you punch you can add one of your tokens, or I mean punch, kill the grunts. You can add your token of fear. This one is a lure, so you can move one of the opposing elements closer to one of your elements. This one allows you to upgrade your token to the shielded side. So I already mentioned to you that you are going to put your fear tokens regular, but you can upgrade them to the shield, so they have 2 health. And you can get another card, and so on. This one is very interesting because it is this one allows you to move as far as you can go, as long as you're following your fear token. So if you're going to build this road on the map with your fear tokens, you can even move from here to here if you have this connected line of your fear tokens, or you can destroy a card, and so on and so on. I am going to go to aggression in a second. So this is Grendel. I also should mention that each player is going to have their own deck of cards, and those cards are going to be used in a Mayhem phase. This is the cost of using those cards. So those aggression tokens are going to be spent to activate your actions. And in here we also have actions that are going to do something and perform different actions in the Mayhem phase. I want to show you also the graphics, because as you can see, I think each of those cards is unique. I mean, with completely unique graphics. So this is Grendel. I think I mentioned all the steps. So you're going to draw 3 cheats from your bag. You're going to place each on the leftmost vacant space on a track, so as I told you. Then in any order, activate icon below and every icon to its left, as I told you. Cheat matches track color, perform. It's called kicker, so this additional bonus action if you match the symbol on a token. And track has 4 cheats, so you can upgrade your Grendel, your bag with tokens. And this is the mechanic of Grendel, and your goal is to put your few tokens on the board. So this is the first side of the conflict, let's say. Now let's go to Argent. So this one is a little bit different because this one also comes with cards, with actions, so similar to Grendel. We have different actions, but in here we have different boards. So what kind of information we have here? First of all, in here you're going to use this deck of cards. I'm going to show you in a second, and those cards are going to determine what you can perform. So let's go to those cards. Those cards are going to be your activation cards, and those cards dictates what kind of actions you are going to perform when you're activating Argent, but those cards are coming with those skulls on the bottom. If you have 3 or less skulls, you can perform those actions and you are safe, and well, this is it. But if you are going to have more than 3 skulls, so 4, you need to stop drawing those cards. You need to discard one and only one, and then you can perform actions. And you can also upgrade those cards, so those are the basic cards. In here, as you can see, we have this display of upgraded cards, so you're going to add them to your deck and perform different actions. And again, we have this help for Argent over here. Flip over 1 action card, you may banish that card, and you can banish only 1 card per activation, so you need to decide Then choose one. Flip over another action card. If 3 or fewer skulls are showing, you're safe. If 4 or more skulls are showing, you bust. Bust, flip the bonus token to the bust side. So we have this bonus token over here. If it's busted, you cannot perform this action, and this action also allows you to add your aggression token to the buildings. The rules of adding aggression tokens are exactly the same, and no matter what faction you're playing. So in this example, I could add my aggression token to Brooklyn, because it's this color, and here so to Queens. If I am not busted, you have to repeat 2 steps until you bust or stop. Execute your actions card in any order. So you're performing those actions, and well, basically this is it. So this one is about luck and about taking risk. When you're drawing those cards, you can discard, how do they call it? Banish. You can banish one of those cards to be safe. And basically this is it. Now we are going to the mob. So in here we have mob, and this one is very interesting because those are going to use dice. We have 4 dice. You're going to roll them, but you're going to use only 3 of them, and on those dice we have different results. So those results are connected with different actions that mob can perform. So on those sides we have just actions that mob can perform. And now let's go to the board of the mob. So what do we have here? In here we have those slots for dice. So when we have a question mark, that means that you can put your die with whatever side you have here and perform the specific action. And those actions are take 1 card and put additional guys on the board. If you so this recruits, and then here we have this empty slot. So you can upgrade this empty slot by adding this tile, and thanks to that you can add some guys. Then you can move this boss on the map. I am going to tell about, maybe I will, because here we have those symbols. So the black guy, it's like a boss. It's a captain. I think it's the captain. And we have those goons. So these ones can be killed with just only 1 blow. In here you have to perform 3 attacks, 3 hits to destroy them. So those are less and more powerful. Performing recruit, you can get 1 card, you can put additional guy on the board and move this captain around the map. And those tokens can be also put on the board. Those are your tokens as fear and those, what was the name for? Fear and ambush tokens for Grendel and Argent. So in here we have tokens of pistols, I don't know, let's say just like influence. You can put them on the board, and thanks to that you're going to unlock additional actions that you can perform. So the more things you uncover, the more things you can perform. And so again, in here you can put any die, and in here we have another actions that you can perform. So flip a die to any other side, and those additional actions can be uncovered again by putting those influences on the board. So the more influence on the board you have, the more actions that you can perform just putting this one specific die over here. So that's why the mob focuses on having at least 2 different mob pieces on the board, because they want to flood the city with their tokens. And finally we have crime. So we have different crimes. Those symbols are as the same as on the dice. So if you're going to put this guy over here, it's a patrol, so you are going to perform this action. So your captain can move by 3. Or if you have exhort, that action allows you to put 1 of your pistols, so those tokens that are somewhere around your board, you can put this token on the playing board somewhere. Or you can discard a card and add aggression to the building, and you can flip your die to again add 1 additional aggression to the building. So every die is used one by one. You're not going to put all of them at the same time. You're going to put one and then do actions. So that's why those actions allows you to change the face of the die. Thanks to that, you can perform different actions. And additionally, so I already showed you that you can upgrade this one. You can also upgrade this one, but also we can upgrade those actions. So we have Pinup Plus, or we have Bribe Plus. Sounds like political program or something. Patrol Plus or Exhort Plus. So all those actions can be performed, and as you can see, those actions differ and different things can be done. Yeah, so this is it. This is the mob. And now let's go to the police. So police also comes with two types of tokens. Again, we have those captains and we have those goons, and you can put them on a board. So as a reminder, for police, more pieces than another faction. So you're going to score points if you have more pieces in specific district than other factions. And the police is using a little bit, again, a different mechanic. So in here we have like two sides of this board. This space is a jail, more or less, and in here we have this rondel. Around this rondel, two cars are going to move. So you're going to put those cars around this rondel. So each of those cars can move up to two spaces, and every time when this car ends on a specific wedge, you're going to perform those actions that are over here. Additionally, if two cars are adjacent, so they are in between of them, you have those cuffs. That means that you can perform this action of arrest, and you can arrest one of the pieces from the board and put it in the jail, and think what it gives. So in here you have those spaces, a jail. So if you would put a piece over here, that action would be improved. So if your car would be over here like this, and you would perform this action is upgraded and it does something different. And as you can see, you also can unlock additional spaces of your jail, and those wagons are again tokens that you can put on a board, and when you unlock another space, you can put another token and unlock another upgrade. Also at the end, when one of the cars are going to do a full circle, as you can see, we have this arrow that shows you that you can upgrade your rondel. So when you do this, again, you have this stack of tokens that you can use to upgrade your rondel, and thanks to that, additional actions can be performed. So you can customize your rondel and do different things. I also should mention that, again, police and mob also comes with their own decks of cards, and they are working exactly the same as for our Grendel and Argent. More or less all the actions that you can perform in this regular phase until the mayhem happens. So you're going to perform those actions, you're going to add your aggression tokens to this building. I'm going to try to add those tokens over here, but I need to put it on my hand because there's a hole inside. So I'm going to put those aggression tokens in here. Maybe I will use ones because they are the heaviest one. And as you can see, it falls inside, so I can see what kind of tokens are inside. And that means that blue players, so in this example police, they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aggression points, and the Grendel comes with 3 aggression points. And you can use those aggression points to perform different actions. So now let's go to other side. So when I launch this mayhem in Manhattan, that means that we are going to score all 6 locations in Manhattan, and this is it. In this game, Manhattan is not going to be scored anymore. And what kind of actions you can perform by spending your aggression? So as you can see, you have to spend 3 aggression points per turn. So that's why we have this tracker to show you how many points you have in specific moment, and how many points you're going to have when you're going to use them. You also can discard your cards from your hand to get additional aggression points. And now you can spend 1 aggression point to punch a guy that is in the same location as you are, and as I told you, only 1 punch is needed to destroy the goon, and 3 to destroy a captain. And the same goes with this guy, with this token. This one needs 1 punch, and this in the end needs 2, because it's like 2 health points. So firstly you destroy shield, and then you're destroying the token. So punch to attack a gun 1, the grunt, so it's grunt, not how I call them. Goons, it's grunts. To attack grunts, 1 hit, to attack captain 3 hits. You can also degrade a token, so it's like flipping it from one side to another. And play a card, so you're playing a card, and the amount of those aggression tokens spent depends on the card and the cost on the card. Now, additional actions that you can perform depending on your faction are over here. And start of Mayhem, each player may discard up to 2 cards to gain 1 aggression for each card discarded. Discard all action cards on your board. End of the Mayhem, if you have presence in 3 spaces in the Mayhem zone, draw 1 card. So you're going to score each of the sections depending on the situation, and get points accordingly to those rules over here. And now I also should mention about the rules about this Mayhem. Those are the minor details, but as you can see, like over here, for example, if you destroy this grant, as we already established, you're going to add 1 of your fear tokens, so those important tokens that you're going to score during the end of the Mayhem. If you destroy this captain, you can put this upgraded token with the shield. If you destroy, I think, this green token of the guns, you can also perform additional hit. So here we have those small minor rules that are important when you have this Mayhem. This one is a little bit more complicated and confusing when it comes to Argent. In here we have some diagrams that you can get something and something, and if that was a red player, you additionally get shield. I'm not going to get into the details so much. The same goes with the mob, and same goes with the police. They also have some different rules over here. And as I said, you're going to perform actions when one of the buildings collapses. Let's say you're performing Mayhem in this specific district, then the game starts again. You're going to play until Brooklyn and Queens are going to be under Mayhem, or Mayhem happens in those districts. So this is it. This is Grendel. I tried to explain it as fast as I could, and as you can see, this is another very unique game from Off-Page Games. I mean, we have all games from this publisher, from those authors, and each of those games are with those very unique mechanics, with those very cool additional components on a table. In here we have those buildings with those counterweights, with those Mayhems. We have completely asymmetrical factions, 4 of them, and I'm obsessed. I mean, this is like Root, but in a different setting. I love this. I love how this game looks also, because this graphics inspired by comics or based on the comics. It's very visible in here, and it translates greatly for board games. So if you are interested in Grendel, just check out the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.